All right, YouTube. I want to give y'all a little story time about living in the projects. I would do a project tour of my home projects, but I'm not at home. I'm at home right now. This is my place, but I'm in South Carolina. I'm originally from Michigan, Saginaw, Michigan, to be exact. Daniel Heights Projects. I stayed when I was maybe 9, 10. I don't know how old I was. I was in the first grade for the second time. Yeah. I was in the first grade for the second time when we moved there, right? So, long story short, I'm going to tell y'all a little story, all right? I'm from Saginaw. I was born and raised. Then we moved to Flint, Michigan, all right? And then we moved to back to Saginaw. We moved back to Saginaw. We stayed in a homeless shelter, and then we stayed with my grandma, or vice versa. Then we moved into the projects, and I had good times and bad times in the projects. But before we moved there, I remember my cousin, and they was talking about the project because they was from Saginaw. They stayed there. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? So they knew about the projects. I was hearing stories like, man, when you get in a fight in the projects, just don't hit the ground because they gonna stomp you until you. I was like, man, that's crazy, and it wasn't no lie. But at the same time, um, it taught me a lot of things. It toughened me up, not to become a gangster or nothing like that, but it did toughen me up. Um, I learned a lot of things from different people, this and that and third. Can't do a tour, even if I was in my city, because they tore it down. They built some nicer houses out there. Um, yeah, but I moved from there to a street called Johnson Street. Then I moved a billion different times. Stayed with different people, did my thing. Then I grew up, started getting jobs, help pay rent here and there wherever I could, wherever I lived at. And then I went to Job Corps, and there was a lot of other things between there. I stayed in a men's shelter. Yeah, so I was poor. You know what I'm saying? Long story short. Um, but that don't mean nothing. All right, right here, got two key fobs. Here's my car. Here's my girlfriend's car. We got two cars. They ain't brand spanking new. My car was brand spanking new when I bought it in 2018. It was a 2018 Honda Civic, first owner, no miles, right? It had like 5 miles on 5 or 8 miles or something like that. I don't know. But that, and then I had we got 2018. She got a Ford Fusion. We just bought it. All right, her Ford Fusion had a problem with it, and I guess the dealership gave us a real good deal on it because they knew it had a problem with it, but they played with the wrong one. Because guess what? I made them fix that problem, and they gave us another deal because they cheapened the deal. They cheapened the deal, right? Because they knew we weren't gonna keep that car if they didn't fix it, and they didn't want to fix it. Yeah, y'all can cheapen the deal. We gonna sign these papers to cheapen up the deal, right? Right. Y'all still about to fix this car, right? So that's why we was in those 2025 cars and all that we was just in and we was borrowing. Y'all gonna fix the car and y'all gonna loan us out. I don't be playing about business, all right? I don't take no for an answer. And that's how you gotta be in life. So if you living in low income housing, this ain't a high income housing, but it's a house, it's nice, it's alright. But I'm just saying, like, when I want to step my game up, I'm not taking no for an answer in life. That's why I'm daily posting. That's why I work my butt off at my job. That's why I do everything. I take care of my kids. I teach them everything. I try to do what I didn't have. Like I said, I come from not having anything. You know, I teach my kids what a father should have taught me. You see what I'm saying? I teach my son everything I could possibly teach him, from the right to the wrong. I've been in situations that he don't have to be in them. You know what I'm saying? I've seen things that I don't want him ever to see. And if I see any glimpse of it between my son, my daughter, I'm gonna you nip it in the bud right there. You nip it, you handle that there. If they got questions, be open. I'm gonna be open and honest, and my kids can ask me anything. They ain't gotta hide nothing from me. Tell me stuff. Let's sort this out. You know what I'm saying? My daughter 4, my son 10. let's get it in. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? My son 10, we play one-on-one basketball. I take them out. We go to wherever. Tomorrow we want to go to Columbia to the zoo. See, we didn't have that back where I'm from. We had a zoo. We had the Saginaw Zoo. Do we still got that? Oh, no. I don't know. They tore down so much stuff since I've been back home. They tore down all the schools and everything. Everything's messed up. Um, like when I stayed in Flint, I went to Cook Academy. We stayed on Page Street. Went to Cook Academy. Then when I moved to Saginaw, I went to Henry Dorr, and I was supposed to go to Clater. Clater and Henry Dorr are the same school, but they like split. It's like first grade and under, and second grade and up. I think something like that. And then I was supposed to go to. I think I was supposed to go to Ricker. I went to Ricker years later, but I went not. No, that was still elementary. I went to Edith Bailey. Then I went to Central. Then I went to Ricker. Then I went back to Central. Then I dropped out. Then I went to Ruben Daniels years later. Didn't want to go, so I ended up getting my GED. Then after I got my GED, I was at Ruben Daniels for no reason, just because I was bored. I went to school after getting my GED. I was just in there chilling with people and stuff. So then years later, I went to Job Corps, and that's when I came down here after that. I went to Job Corps in Flint, and yeah, I went to Job Corps in Flint, came down here to South Carolina, did construction, did that for a couple years. I learned carpentry in Job Corps. Then I went to an apprenticeship while I was in Job Corps, and I learned some different construction. I learned how to work with asbestos. I learned how to work with like respirators and different things. I did all kinds of stuff, scaffolding. I did dang lifts that went up sky-rise high buildings. Like it went up like up there. Like you look down, you like, yeah. So I've done all of that carpentry. I've helped out welders. I did labor work, rebar work, pull wire. You know, I'm talking about wire, not like the little wire. I'm talking wire where they have to put the grease on it, and everybody's got to grab it like this. The wire this big, and you got like I don't know how many dudes playing tug of war with the wire. Like I've done all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we built buildings. While I was at Job Corps, we built two houses for Habitat for Humanity. There was two houses next to each other. We went out and helped them build two houses at the same time next to each other, two identical houses. That was crazy. I had a lot of experiences, right? And that's from coming from the projects and then coming up. I always tell people that it don't matter where you come from, man. It doesn't matter. Look at all the stars that you've seen come from. Most of your favorite rappers, Jay-Z come from Marcy Projects. T.I. come from Bankhead Projects. Nas come from Queensbridge. Whoever come from wherever. And dog, you know, y'all don't even know where half of these people come from. Michael Jordan come from somewhere. Look at Mike Tyson. He's playing with pigeons. And getting bullied. Mike Tyson was getting bullied until he found out he can fight. Like, he didn't even know. Then he ran into Cus D'Amato, and Cus D'Amato was like, yo, do this. He started boxing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story. You got to live yours. You know what I'm saying? You got to live your story. And I'm only saying it to people who are striving to do positive things. I'm not speaking on no negativity. People, you say you're from the projects. I'm from the projects. That don't mean I was doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? People will label you when you're from somewhere. People will label you when you look a certain way. You can't help where you're from. You can't help what you look like. I remember I used to go to church. I need to start going back to church. You know, people let people in the church shake their faith because people in the church look at you and act a certain way. They're people. So at the end of the day, they're going to have flaws. Just like the police are going to have flaws. Just like everybody's going to have flaws. They're humans. They're individuals. You can't blame everybody for what some people do, no matter how bad that thing is that some people do. Whether they this color, this age group, that age group, male, female, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where they come from. Somebody can be rich, coming from a rich neighborhood. You might think they're uppity and they don't got no problems. They might have different problems. They got problems. They just don't have the same problem as you. Their problems might not be financial. And then yes, they could still have financial problems. I remember I was watching something. I think it was Master P or somebody, and he was talking about how rich people, they still have problems with their bills sometimes. And that's the ones that live above their means or at their means, not the ones that live under their means. But he said something about, just think about, you got all these fountains and swimming pools and all that. Think about the water bill. Think about the electricity. You got this big house you lighting up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If you living under your means, let's say you got that big house. Most of the rooms going to be, lights going to be off. Cut them lights off until we try to show off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, come across some money, in my opinion, live under your means. I ain't saying don't live comfortable. I ain't saying don't live well. If I come across some bread, oh yeah, I'm going to do something. I'm going to spend some. I'm going to live a certain way. I'm going to up everything. I don't really care about clothing. I don't think I'll buy any jewelry. It's not my thing no more. Like, I don't even care about that. But I will probably up my clothing. I won't go crazy. Now, super designer, I wouldn't go super designer. Nah, that's stupid, in my opinion. To each his own. Whatever floats your boat, eh? Different strokes with different folks. What I will spend a lot of money on, though, like I said, we got cars. I'll get me a car. I'll get me a expensive car. I'll get me an expensive SUV. And everybody probably looking at me, why would you do that? Because that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? If I had the money for it and it wasn't going to break me, I'd get it. You know what I'm saying? People that say you shouldn't do that, guess what? You'll spend a lot of money on something else. My girl, she said she want a movie theater in the house. Like, not an actual movie theater, but she want, you know what I'm saying, a room that got, like, a few, like, chairs, like the movies. It ain't got to be a whole movie theater, but it can fit, like, us and however much company we might have. You know what I'm saying? And then some, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But I already know. She get a room like that, I'm going to be in there on the PlayStation. I'm going to have a PlayStation hooked up to that thing. 100-inch TV or a big projector or something. I don't know. Yeah, it ain't got to be nothing crazy. I mean, you can get that now. I mean, it's a 100-inch TV at Walmart. 99-inch TV. I forget how much it costs. But it's like a on brand or whatever. But if I'm going to spend some money, it's going to be a nice brand. You know what I'm saying? But, like I say, living in the projects, I wouldn't, like, even in any poor neighborhood, if I was to get the cars I want, and this thing about it, a lot of people get these cars, especially like Atlanta, they get the Hellcats and all this and all that, they pump their gas, they turn around, car gone. Like, dog, you getting the wrong car, you getting the right car in the wrong neighborhood. You spend all that money on that car, you should have spent that money on moving out of that neighborhood and then got the money back up, and then if you wanted the car, get the car. Like people swapping each other engines, stealing it. Nah. You don't buy that in the projects, bro. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care how much respect you think you got from people. There's no honor amongst thieves. Get yourself out of there. And hopefully you're not a thief. Don't be a thief. All right? I influence people, but I only influence people for positive things. I'm a fitness influencer. This ain't even my style of video, but I'm a fitness influencer. I influence people for positive things. Get a job. Get your head screwed on as straight as you possibly can. Make yourself of use when you get to your job. That way they see the value in you. You see what I'm saying? If you are doing production, produce. If you're in a cleaning crew, clean. If you're flipping burgers, if you're SpongeBob SquarePants on the Krabby Patties, working at the Krusty Krab, flip the burger. Don't be in there playing. Dog Kane, don't be in there playing, man. This ain't Menace to Society. This ain't Boys in the Hood. This ain't a movie. You get one life. Live it. Enjoy yourself. Don't follow other people if they on that negativity. Dog, you get one life. You don't want to spend it behind bars. You don't want to spend it homeless, walking down the street. And that can happen to anybody. You can't even look down on a person because you don't know what that person been through. That can happen to any of us. Most people right now don't have $1,000 in the bank. After they pay their bills, I don't care how much money you make. The average American does not have $1,000. I remember when I heard that a decade and a half, 2 decades ago, I didn't want to believe it. I'm like, it's a lot of people making money. But then I started looking, like, even the people that's making money, they spend it all. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't believe that you could save to get rich. I believe that it takes money to make money legally. But I also believe that you're gonna have more money by trying to make more money than you would if you was making whatever money and saving. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can combine the two, you got the best of both worlds. You in the game. But I also say don't have all your eggs in one basket, because if all your eggs are in this basket, something happened to that basket. Now you don't have any eggs. So you want different baskets. You got your job, you got this, you got that legal stuff. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many different ways to make money now. You got DoorDash, Uber Eats, you got Uber. Now be careful. I'm not telling you to do anything. You don't know who getting in your car. You don't know who you delivering to. You don't know nothing. But at the same time, you don't know nothing about nothing. If you become a truck driver, you gotta stop in different places. You gotta do all kinds of, you gotta be on the road. Anything can happen. But if you ain't moving, you think you're standing still. No, you're moving back. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. You're always moving. Let me tell you that. You're always moving. If you're not moving, just like in fitness, all right? People talk about they maintaining or they maintaining. There's no such thing as that. There is kind of recomp, but for the most part, if you ain't building muscle, you're losing it. If you ain't losing fat, you're gaining it. Ever so slightly, you can control it, but your body is always storing and burning fat. It's just a ratio. You can control which one is moving faster. As I'm cutting down where I was, I'm done now. As I was cutting down, now I'm doing the maintaining. But at the same time, my body weight is going to change every day. Body weight is going to fluctuate. For me to control it, I got to make sure I'm not going way over on my calories. Or way under on my calories, because I'm not really trying to lose weight right now. I'm staying relatively where I'm at, give or take 2 pounds. 2 pounds up, 2 pounds down. You know what I'm saying? That happy medium. But yeah, man. I used to stay in the projects, and I used everything I seen as fuel. I looked at everybody doing everything. There were certain people that got in trouble. Certain people I was cool with, they got in trouble. And I was like, that's what happens when you go that route. Let me go over here. Okay. I learned from other people's mistakes, basically what I'm saying. Be smart. Be smart. Same thing I do with the gym. I ain't never been injured. Not really. I've had sprains and pains that come with the game. You know, there's always going to be something hurting if you really lifting. But that's if you really lifting. Not if you go in there as a hobby or you're exercising and then you working out a little bit. Nah. When you're serious. When people are saying you're crazy about it. When people are saying you're doing too much. You're too into it. If people ain't saying that about you, you ain't on. Don't disrespect the game like that, all right? Hey, I take fitness personally. Don't, hey, no. People always try to put themselves, don't put yourself on my level, dog. That's different. That's like I just bought basketball from Big Lots before they did their clearance closes, going out of business sale. I bought a basketball, now I'm LeBron James. No. People will watch you work for years and just put themselves in there with you. Like, no, you're not. But I am LeBron James of fitness, though. Physically, I'm way better than LeBron James. I'm older than LeBron James. Yeah, but you don't play basketball. Dude, do you not know every job that I've worked at for the last 20 years, been 10 hours or more shifts, 12-hour shifts, 12.5-hour shifts, swing shifts, and I'm physical the whole way through from the start to the finish of the job? LeBron ain't doing that. That's more than a basketball game. Dog, do you not know that when I'm in the gym, I'm in there for hours, busting my butt? LeBron get to sit on the bench sometimes. He's not a bench, he's a star player and every time, but I'm just saying, he gets to take a break. When I'm in the gym, I ain't taking no break. And I'm going harder than he is on that court. I'm not saying I can play basketball better than him. I'm not saying I'm more skilled at what he does than him, but I'm way more physical than LeBron James. And I'm older than him. I got longevity when it comes to fitness. I'm the LeBron James of fitness. And I'm going to keep having longevity because I'm natural. The guys that ain't natural, they'd have been, most guys that ain't natural, they don't work out for decades. They don't even survive for decades, God forbid, but I'm just saying they don't. I mean, I'm just stating the facts. Stay natty. It ain't working. Stay natural, if possible. I don't know your doctor. I don't know your ailments. I don't know what else you're doing it for. But when it comes to building muscle and strength and trying to be a bodybuilder and doing it for those reasons, it's not worth it. But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Watch the other videos. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Repentine Fitness, signing out. Yeah, man. I'm from, yeah, look me up. Peace.